And of course, we have on the line Mr. Ian McNaughton. Good morning. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, Vernon. How are you doing?
It's
I am great.
it's great to have you, and there's good reason why it's great to have you. You know, your company seems to put a lot of emphasis on educating and keeping us informed. As a matter of fact, if you're listening this morning, you'll hear some complaints about the banks that persons don't understand, without financially literate and so on. And I'm happy to see you guys are partnering to educate and inform us so hopefully we should make less mistakes. And you would know that we have made some mistakes investing in Ponzi schemes and doing all kinds of things. So it's great to be partnering with you. You are currently the Chief Executive Officer for what? QMax Wealth Management.
Yes.
And
And
you're looking like young boy, what me say is long time about this financial circle. Tell us about it.
Q Maxwell Management is
No, I tell about you now. I say you want to look like young boy, but I understand that you've been around a long time dealing with finance and so on.
right, and other aspects of business. But
Yes.
in the latter part of my life, finance, I was part of the manufacturing environment at Goodyear Tire and Rubber
Okay.
some years ago. I was also at Berger Paints in the manufacturing side. So,
Which
I
school you
have
went to, by the way?
gone to
Which school you went to?
San Diego, the best school in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. And my friend was a principal. I forget his name. Was from Trinidad. Yeah. Can't remember his name now. He was an actor and everything. Probably he had left before your time. I don't know.
Probably.
Uh-huh. Right. So you are in an era that at this time we need to be talking with you. And I want to commend your organization for helping us to educate the public. Because if you have $1 in your hand and you don't know how to use it, it's the same thing when you have a piece of paper, you get a love letter from a girl who loves you and tell you how she loves you, and you don't know how to read it. Same difference.
You're breaking up.
Yes.
I'm hardly hearing you.
There's a problem. We hope that it will get better, but Lord, if we have to try. The lines give problems. The companies, as you know, they're having serious challenges at this time. But I'm saying to you, if you the love of your life, send you a letter and tell you how much I love you, and you can't read it, it's a problem. The same way,
Yeah.
if you have $2 in your pocket and you're not financially literate, you will not know what to do with it. And that is why
Problem.
we want to commend your company and your organization for helping and for being here this morning to help us and say, boy, if I have $2 in my pocket, what do I do it? Throw it in a partner, put it on my mattress, gamble it out, jig it out, give a woman a minor and make sure she loves me. How do we deal with money management? I know as men, we tend not to do very well when it comes to the management of our money. Women too, but
Right. And it's something that we need to pay much attention to.
Yes.
Vernon. I mean, it needs to start a lot earlier than it does. Not at high school, primary school. We need to have financial literacy being taught in the primary schools. So we get that appreciation coming up, because when we start this late, a lot of people have no appreciation for it. And
yes.
what you realize now is that even in having discussions with adults about pension, it is like pulling teeth, because they don't understand the necessity for it.
When I talk about pension, I'm not go dead for now. That's the response. They will say, when I talk about pension, I'm not go dead for now.
Now, you're breaking up. I'm not hearing you.
All right. I tell you what, we're going to have to try our best and see if we can do it. Even if you don't hear me, you'll continue to give the information, and don't worry about if you can hear me or not, because we just want you to give the information about investing. Apparently, you're having a challenge. So you go ahead and tell us about investing that little money. You have about 3 minutes left. I hope you heard all of that.
Okay. All right. Well, first thing I must say is that a common misconception is that investing is for rich people.
Oh.
And it's not. I mean, let me just say it this way, and not gossip, right? Investing is anybody can invest, because you have two aspects. You have two aspects of managing your money. One is saving, which is really a security, providing security for yourself for a future date. Investing is improving your wealth status, It is increasing your wealth. So anybody can increase your wealth from point 0 to point 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at the fact that you earn $10, it is up to you, for example, as an individual, to determine how much of that $10 you can invest. Because what it does is that you have to make the decision that I can afford to invest $2 of that $10, and it requires discipline to keep doing it consistently. Let me give you a story. And when I say story, it's a real situation.
Right.
Years ago, when I just started at another company, I had a discussion with a lady. Her child was like 5 years old, and she said, boy, she wants to know how to manage her money to ensure that when he gets to university, 12 years later,
Mm-hmm.
she will be able to afford his expenses without going to student loan. And we sat down and we said to her, look, based on your income and your position, you can afford to do this per month. And she actually did $3,000 a month, every single month. And she was able to pay for that her son's university without student loan. She even buy him car.
What? No, man.
Yeah, because
You sure not lie here, tell? What you say?
yeah, man. Because you what
Yes.
there are different products for different types of situations and for different people and for different income levels.
Right.
So, one of the main products for individuals who want to consistently put in money over a period of time, a long period of time actually,
Uh-huh.
is the unit trust.
Oh, yes, I've heard about this unit trust. Yes.
Yeah, man, unit trust. And here's the advantage of the unit trust. It works on a compound interest principle. So it feeds on itself. So when you put in $2,000 every month,
yes,
consistently,
mm-hmm,
and it earns whatever 3% interest. That 3% interest is there now, and it earns interest on that 3% plus your $2,000 where you're putting in every month.
Oh,
now,
I see.
Right. So now imagine doing that over 15 years. Now you have to have the discipline not to take out the money.
Right.
Another advantage of unit trust is the fact that there is no tax withheld if you do not take out any money. So the tax that would be...
So hold on, Mr. McNaughton. Are you telling me that there's a legitimate way to reduce the taxes that you pay? Are you giving me one way there, sir? That's interesting.
Yeah, man. As long as you continue to save that, to put money into that fund, right? And you don't take out any.
Right.
You will not have any tax withheld. Now the tax is there now because at some point in time you're going to have to pay the tax when you move the money.
Okay.
But what happens is that the tax is in the fund, and it actually provides a basis for you to earn interest on that tax. On the tax amount that you have tax liability.
I see.
So, in essence, you're earning interest on money where you owe government.
And where you tell me, say?
Yeah, man. Unit trust.
Then let me ask you something now. Because sometimes if I take my head, take me. Never take me as bad as go invest in a Ponzi scheme. Why would persons take their money now and put on a Ponzi scheme or put it to some things that you have something like the unit trust, and I'm sure you tell about others, where you're sure that you're going to make a money, you reduce the taxes that you have to pay. Why do we do it then?
Well, first thing is that there is a level of impatience in a lot of us. I guess it's human nature. We're impatient. We want to get things quick. Now, Ponzi scheme gives you that promise. But sometimes that promise is a comfort to a fool.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with that one. Yeah, familiar with that one.
Right?
Yes.
So the idea that you can get quick returns is what attracts a lot of people. But in the final analysis, what happens is that you end up losing everything because those who are ahead of you, who get in a Ponzi scheme or run gone, leave you all in the bag.
Oh, so as I say, easy come, easy goes.
Exactly.
I see.
Right? And you know, there is a saying. There is a saying that the only place reward come before work is in the dictionary.
I must make that a note of that one. This one, no, I laugh, but it's a serious matter. I don't think I hear too well. Could you say that one, as we say in Jamaica, repeat it again?
Yeah, man. The only place reward come before work is in the dictionary.
Is in the dictionary. So if it come before it in for your head, then what going to follow after that is probably disaster. That is one. That's the one we have to just. Boy, I would have asked the whole life. I would have go for the break. That one is very interesting. Of course, you're listening to Rim FM. This is the People's Program, Spot On, and we have Mr. Ian McNaughton on the line. And of course, so this sponsored hour between 11 and 12 noon is brought to you by QMax Wealth Management. QMax Wealth Management, making more possible.
Start your investment journey today with QMax Wealth Management Limited. We provide investment and wealth management opportunities to meet the unique needs of our clients through our QMax Funds, Equity Plus, Portfolio and Pension Fund Management and Admin, online stock trading, bonds and more. Call us at 876-926-7767 or email client services at qmaxwealth.com. QMax Wealth Management Limited, making more possible. A subsidiary of the Jamaica Cooperative Credit Union League Limited.
You're tuned to Vernon Darby. Oh, Lord, get ready for roller. Oh, Lord, ready for roll, ready for roll, ready for roll.
Welcome back. You're listening to Rim FM, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby. This is Spot On, the People's Program, the People's University, the People's Parliament, and my very special guest is Mr. Ian McNaughton. He's currently the Chief Executive Officer for QMax Wealth Management Limited. He's been in finance and management specialist with over 35 years of experience with information systems, human resource management, business process improvement, you name it. He was the managing director and also company secretary for Burrito Investments, the chairman of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. That's interesting. A director of the Jamaica Central Securities Depository, a director of Educom Credit Union, and a director of the Harborview. No, I know about that one. Harborview Football Club. So you find time for playing football. So I used to live in Harborview,
Oh, yeah.
I used to play the organ at St. Benedict's Church years ago.
Okay.
Before you were born, actually. I'm being terrible. Yes, no, we have another probably 4 minutes left. And I want you to speak now like the Minister of Finance. And when you're done, talk to us, you see, I hope the people never ever take their little money, go waste it and put it on Ponzi schemes again. And every little youngster who's on holiday there now can learn. I said, listen, every little money out there can put it together and do something with it. Over to you, Mr. Ian McNaughton. I will give you 4 minutes.
Yeah, yes, as I said earlier, Vernon, each of us as individuals have specific requirements. Now, as a matter of course, right, we would advise someone who is in their 20s to look at a specific type of investment, which is more designed to give higher returns, but it has a little bit more risk. The reason for that being is that at 22 years old, you have time to catch up. So we would advise, for example, a 22-year-old who just start working, start looking at an equity portfolio, stocks and bonds and all that, because it has been proven over the long period of over medium to short to medium term that equity is the most profitable investment vehicle. A lot of people don't know that because they only look at the downside when they go down, but it always comes back. Now, if somebody who is middle-aged, trying to settle down, trying to look at family, and you want to look at real estate, etc., we suggest to these people that they look at a moderate type of investment. Reduce the risk, but look at some activities that give you reasonably good returns, but reduce the risk, which you're talking about usually about unit trust type activities. You're talking bonds or a mixture of those. And for those who are further on along the life continuum, we say, you know what, you put your stuff, your investments in something that has very little risk, because you are trying to protect your principal, because at your stage of life, you do not have time to recover if things go the wrong way. Right? And so that's the type of advice that we usually give people in terms of looking at the investment options that are available. And these are primarily surrounding equities, bonds, unit trust, and in many instances, you're looking at managing the portfolio in a diversified manner for individuals. And importantly, everybody needs to ensure that they have a pension type structure. Pensions is a combination of savings and investment, because you're saving in a pension, but it is being invested on your behalf. So it gives you the best of both worlds. And when you get to the point in time in your life when you can no longer earn a revenue because you can't work any longer or whatever, that is what will provide the cushion for you, at the latter parts of your life. I know some of us look at it and say, boy, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so I'm not do none of that. But, we tend to regret those type of approaches in life. So look at the investment, talk to investment deal, talk to Q Maxwell, talk to the investment advisors. We will advise as to which direction one can go to satisfy in the most optimum manner their investment requirements.
Right. Now, see, if I talked 2 years ago, then probably many of us would not have taken our hard-earned cash and put it certain places, because we would have realized that it's too risky. And that is why once again I'll be closed by commending your organization, because they used to talk about reading, writing, and arithmetic, computer literacy, and also literacy in terms of financial matters is very important. So I encourage you to continue to help us to learn and to understand money, because my granny couldn't read and write, but you couldn't fool her with fair pound, shilling, and pence, and that make only sense.
Exactly.
Thank you, my brother. So we'll be talking again. Mr. Ian McNaughton, the man who runs QMax. You have a wonderful day, my friend. All the best.
Same to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, this sponsored hour between 11 and 12 noon was brought to you by QMax Wealth Management. QMax Wealth Management, making more possible.